Alright, you guys, so I wanted to take some time today to give everybody an update on funeral plans for Soundgarden and Audioslave frontman Chris Cornell, who unfortunately committed suicide actually 1 week ago today, Thursday, May 17th of 2017. Now, as far as funeral arrangements go, Chris's remains have already actually been cremated ahead of tomorrow's service, which will be Friday, May 26th. Now, like I just said, guys, Cornell's remains have already been cremated ahead of tomorrow's private service, which will be held at the Hollywood Forever Cemetery. But unlike the case with Scott Weiland, whose service was also held at the same cemetery, Chris's ashes are said to actually be buried during the actual funeral service. So I guess that means his wife and children will only be keeping a small portion of the singer's ashes. Now, obviously, for obvious reasons, the funeral will obviously be private, although beginning at 3 p.m. LA time, the gravesite will be open to the public for fans and everybody else to get to pay tribute to Chris one more time by actually being able to see where his ashes will be laid to rest. Now, before I continue with the other bit of information I wanted to share with you guys, I just want to say one thing. For every person that's going to be visiting the gravesite of Chris tomorrow and basically into the future, I ask one thing of you. It's perfectly fine to leave messages and to decorate the grave with maybe flowers and personal memorabilia, or maybe leave an autograph picture that Chris and the rest of the guys in Soundgarden or Audioslave may have taken with you at some point. But I ask you guys, do not violate the grave or try and do anything that would sort of disturb it rather, because as I mentioned before in cases like these, for me, when somebody's grave is disturbed, whether it's where they've been cremated or what already, for me that's just wrong, because obviously, regardless of whatever you believe happens to the spirit and any of that, for me, the gravesite is the actual last place that the family members will actually get to put Chris's ashes away in. Like, it's obvious that the person has obviously already departed and hopefully has moved on to somewhere better. Now, I'm not going to get too religious on you guys, but for me, the gravesite still is the last actual place that the family knows where Chris's remains will be kept. So, and when somebody messes with that, in my eyes, that's not right, because it's like somebody messing up the last place somebody else got to say goodbye, or the last place that they know their husband, husband, father, friend, and bandmate was put to rest, or actually is. But getting away from that for the time being, there actually is a bit of an update on Chris's cause of death. Well, it's not really an update, but because the actual cause of death has been ruled a suicide by hanging, as I've already reported. But apparently, and this is some actually very heartbreaking news, apparently the coroner also found some track marks located on Chris's arms at autopsy as well. So this actually does confirm that despite how solid Chris seemed to be in his final days and even his final performance, it does appear, because of the track marks, that he may have been injecting something like meth or crack again. Now, like I said, for me, this is pretty disheartening, especially because Chris seemed to be so solid. But that does not change the fact that his death was very unexpected and obviously very tragic. But yes, guys, the funeral will be held tomorrow, May 26th. And, yeah, once again, just don't mess up the gravesite. If anybody out there that will see this is lucky enough to go visit it, just don't mess with it, please. That's like the highest tribute that you can pay Chris, other than listening to his music, is to not mess up his grave if you go to see it. But again, guys, it has been revealed that Chris did have track marks on his arms at autopsy, so that does kind of, I guess, confirm that he may have been slipping back into drug habits once again. But that does not change the fact that his death does not need to be mocked, and his name should not be put through the same mudslide that Scott Weiland's has been ever since his death. Because at the end of the day, guys, no matter how it happened that they left us, the point is both of them in their own rights left us way too soon, and both of them have certainly earned their place in the memories of every single fan that has ever listened to a Stone Temple Pilots or Velvet Revolver record, and in this case, a Soundgarden, Audio Slave, or any of Chris's solo records. So again, guys, Chris's funeral will be held tomorrow, Friday, May 26, 2017, and unfortunately, he did have track marks on his arms at autopsy, although the actual cause of death, like I said, was hanging because of the anxiety pills he was taking. So again, Chris, regardless if you were using crack or something like that, again, rest in peace, dear friend. And like the saying goes, the black old sun takes away the rain, but may your memory and legacy always shine, and may you rest in peace. Keep on rocking, guys.